Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to Dog Pound Rants. We've been on a little hiatus, kind of thinking about that game against
Houston.
Yeah,
still claws at me, dude.
Still thinking about the Texans and the fucking shit team. But anyway, so we're going into Championship Sunday. All right.
I love Championship Sunday.
The last four teams that I could give two shits about. Here we go.
Two shits
about any of those fucking teams. I could give a crap.
And we haven't been a part of one since 1989.
Yeah,
18 years old, man.
What was it? The drive, the fumble, or just the fucking blowout?
Well,
Which one was it?
Bernie had his fucking hand with the rubber band, and it was
Jesus.
the last one of the trilogy against John Elway.
Our last real quarterback, sort of.
Buffalo kind of figured out with Mahomes now that they just can't beat this guy. Though.
Yeah, they need something going on with them, man. So yeah, I've had a couple weeks to sit with this fucking loss with the Cleveland Browns, and
we did some firing.
They did some firing, but they didn't fire the right people. God damn it! They didn't fire the right asshole. They should have fired Stefanski. He's another one. I think it's like a McDermott. He's never gonna get over the fucking hump. He's actually 0-2 in the playoffs, or at least McDermott has won some games and got him to the close to the championship. What the fuck? But they should have fired Stefanski. Why would you fire Stump Mitchell? The guy who took your fucking running back's fucking room, which was full of like third stringers. I mean, Ford's the best of the worst they had, and he got performance out of all of them. And the running game was pretty good
good.
Right?
Why
the fuck would you fire Stump Mitchell? They're so fucking stupid. This team makes the wrong move at the wrong time on the wrong day. I'm going to have some dude get hopped up. I'm going to let you talk a little bit now about that shit. Go ahead.
Well, let's give it I disagree with Stefanski, man. What he had to deal with this year and all the adversity. He did good, and he's probably going to be coach of the fucking year.
Yeah, no way.
And Myles Garrett is up for Defensive Player of the Year, which he deserves. Even though, maybe the more I sat on this game, I don't know if he's hurt. It was hurt, but that Houston game, man, he was non-existent. And as a guy, as the man, and I love Myles Garrett, and we praised him MVP this year. That game was a playoff game. You go home, but maybe he was double team or whatever the fuck it was, but. You got to somehow make your way to the quarterback and wreak havoc, especially as C.J. Stroud was having the fucking game he was. But again, now Houston's gone. Bye-bye, Houston. So
yeah, C.J. Stroud shit the bed, but he's so young, dude. They'll be back. And they're gonna load up even more
with our picks.
They're gonna load up with all the Browns picks, and you saw the Browns. You saw what the Browns could look like.
They were
C.J. Stroud.
Houston is gonna be around for a long fucking time.
Hell yeah!
And Jim Harbaugh now. Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers.
With the Chargers.
Don't think he's not gonna have them. Look he had the 49ers in the. He took a 49ers team, molded it. They almost won a Super Bowl against Baltimore. So Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Now. Kansas City and that division, and Antonio Pierce also getting the job for the Raiders. He did a great job as an intern. He's the Raiders head coach. So yeah, Cleveland's gonna and you touched on it, dog. We got Joe Burrow coming back. The Steelers will be there, and Baltimore is young too. Baltimore's not an old football team,
and Lamar's amazing. And I was watching these teams during the playoffs, dude. Like, I'm even watching, like, Mahomes in Kansas City and the Ravens and fucking Harbaugh and, a McDermott and Buffalo even. And Browns don't even look close to these teams, really. I mean, the only way I'm giving the Browns one more chance next year, and that is Deshaun has to come back. He has to be like 2020 Deshaun or whatever the fuck it was. And he's going to have to be healthy the whole damn season, which is almost impossible because he's been out so long. He's been injured, a pretty bad shoulder injury to his throwing arm. So who the hell knows where he's going to be? And then they're still waffling on Flacco. Are you out of your fucking minds, Cleveland?
Sign him.
I would have signed him the next day to a 2-year contract.
Sign the man.
Stupid. This team has driven me nuts since 1972, and they're not failing this year. I'm sure they won't fail next year, but I'm giving them one more fucking chance next year.
Well, without Flacco, we're not in the playoffs.
No,
he had a picked a bad day to have a bad game, but he wasn't the only one that had a bad game. The game itself, the team didn't play well.
Yeah.
He just didn't play well either. So, I mean, but Flacco, without him, we're not in the playoffs.
No.
That Jet game will always be a memory for me from going forward,
Yeah.
man. That Thursday night in Cleveland, wearing the whites, the crowd, and the game was over pretty much at half. Thanks to Joe fucking Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco.
300 yards and 3 touchdowns in one half
He
of
had
fucking
300
football.
yards almost every game, or every game.
And he, you know, obviously he
that.
picked the wrong day to have a bad
But
game.
back to my point, I'm watching those teams that are in the AFC Championship right now. Cleveland isn't even near these fucking teams. They really aren't, as far as players, as far as coaches, as far as organization. I mean, the only thing we're close to and better than, I think, is fan-wise. I think the Cleveland fans
Yes.
are fucking awesome.
Number one, baby.
They are number one. We've been number one. We are awesome because we've stuck with this shit ball organization and team forever. And we keep giving them a chance every year, but how many fucking chances do you get? And I see Dallas too. That's another team. I don't know how many chances you give
McCarthy,
teams.
but
I mean, I guess you stay a fan, loyal to the team no matter what, but I'm really fucking tired of it.
But with Andy Reid and John Harbaugh,
you're
that
not gonna-
culture. And you know what? It's sad because in my opinion, even though he'll win Coach of the Year, I love Stefanski. You know that, brother.
I fucking hate him.
I know you hate him, but
He sucks.
But that game, we were just not ready to play the Houston fucking Texans.
Why weren't you
with
ready?
a rookie coach and a rookie fucking quarterback? Schwartz got outcoached. Stefanski got outcoached. But you got, we'll give him, like you say, this season was great just to get in the playoffs with what we had to overcome. Next year, if we don't take a step, you don't take a step forward, I don't know.
I think they're going to step back because, like I said, that division they're in is brutal. And Pittsburgh's like a decent quarterback away from jumping over Cleveland.
They're not going to
jumping over Cleveland easily. So Cleveland could, again, finish at the bottom next year of their fucking division easily. So I'm not impressed with this team. I'm not impressed with Stefanski. That whole game to me... Okay, so the players themselves, they're high paid, they're fucking professional. You need to hype yourself up for a game, especially a playoff game. They had no emotion in that game at all. It was dead. To me, that falls on the coaches. That falls on Stefanski, who's an even-keeled, worthless on the sideline coach to me. I mean, he doesn't get in people's faces. He doesn't go over and yell at people. He doesn't get over and talk to people. I'm sure he didn't get in the locker room before the game and get them hyped up. He has a stupid little speech at the end of the game. Big fucking deal. If you see your team's not performing, not emotional enough, get them emotional. Go over and kick them in the balls. Stefanski's not that kind of coach. I totally hate total rah-rah coaches too, but you need somewhere in between.
And I think Dan Campbell's a good example.
Dan Campbell's a perfect in-between coach.
Because he's even keel, but he also gets an ass.
He has balls.
And he praises these kids as they come up. And he's there.
And he chews ass when he needs to. Stefanski never does that. He's not going to get us to the promised land. I guarantee that. And I guarantee after next year, when we failed, he'd probably even make the playoffs. And I'm predicting that right now. We're not going to make the playoffs. That he gets fucking fired. And they should have done it now, today. I'm still fucking angry, as you can see, about this fucking team and this fucking
because
game.
as we get towards Championship Sunday, the Browns had a special season going.
And they blew it.
That game last week against Baltimore would have been epic in Baltimore. Flacco versus his old team, and we flubbed in fucking Houston. Houston didn't belong in that field last week with Baltimore. We fucking did if we would have performed like we did the previous 5 weeks. And I think it would have been what a fucking game that would have been. But it didn't happen. And they got rolled the fuck out, Houston. As everyone expected. Everyone expected. Lamar's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Lamar and Mahomes. This is going to be an epic fucking game, and it should be.
That brings us to Championship Sunday.
Sunday,
the
baby.
Final Four, man. And
let's
go. Yeah, so you got the Ravens.
Let's do the AFC first. Hey, dog, you could pick. You got the Ravens and Chiefs. The Chiefs go to Baltimore.
The Chiefs go to Baltimore. Well, let's face it. These are probably the two best AFC teams right now. Kansas City is just...
I don't mean to interrupt. We're going to call them going forward. I thought of this, the Kansas City Swifties. Go ahead.
All right, Kansas City Swifties. Again, I'm so sick of seeing that bitch in the fucking stands, too.
The whole NFL
I get it. I'm a musician, so like I said before, I do appreciate her and her talent. It does take talent to do what she does.
She's good.
She's good. But I hate to see all that hype shit in the fucking box every 2 minutes where they're jumping up and down. And what's that Kelsey motherfucker with his shirt off? What a classless, drunk piece of crap he was jumping out there in Buffalo. I fucking hate that. You know what? That's why I consider myself the guy who will never be rich. Because if I was rich and had that money and fame and talent, I'd use it for good shit. I wouldn't be making a fucking spectacle of myself, a drunk idiot of myself, spending my money on garbage. I'd be helping people. So that's why I'll never get the money. And fuck that guy. I'm angry today, aren't I?
Yeah,
I'm
very,
fucking
very angry. The Kelsey brothers.
The Kelsey brothers. Fuck the Kelsey brothers. And, you know, I don't know. Kansas City is another fucking animal in the fucking playoffs, and Mahomes is great. Mahomes is great.
He is.
He's just a step above everybody. But then so is Lamar. But there's always something about Lamar that just drives me nuts. Because he's the kind of guy that can play, and then all of a sudden just fall apart or something happens to him. And if he doesn't run enough in a game, they don't seem to be on it. But, you know, they won for 13 fucking games or whatever the fuck they won.
They're nuts, yeah.
Great team. But for some reason, I think Kansas City's going to win this game. I really do. I think Mahomes is just that extra little fucking turn up in the playoffs. So I'm going Kansas City 30.
Wow.
Baltimore Ravens 26. How about that?
Oh, that's a
30 to 26.
That'll be a great game. It's going to be epic.
And I'm sorry to my brother Donald. He loves the fucking Ravens, but I just think Kansas City.
Bro. Yeah, he's going to, but I'll
go ahead, Z, man.
There was a pop-up store in Vegas for the Super Bowl this week. They popped one up selling merchandise with the logo and all that shit. And they sold one team's jersey in this fucking shop. And can you guess whose it is?
One team's jersey.
Just one in this, outside the Super Bowl logo of Vegas. It was a pop-up store in Vegas for the Super Bowl, which is coming up. I'm going to
say it was probably fucking Kansas City.
There you go. It was Kelsey jerseys, Mahomes, and they also had Blaine shirts like Taylor Swift wears. Selling jerseys with Kelsey's number with Swift's name on the back. Now, I don't know if you read into the bullshit. Also in this game, the officiating crew that's officiating this fucking game is 75% or so of the games these officials officiate, the road team wins. So that means the home team's getting all the fucking penalties. So they may be pushing because I don't know who decides who's officiating what game, but why not have even fucking officials, the ones that not like, this team, we need this officiating crew to go to Baltimore because we want to make sure Kansas City gets to the fucking Super Bowl.
With
Are you
Taylor
shitting
fucking
me?
Swift.
That's it. And a lot's going into it, but this is some of the facts of the game coming up. But I think Baltimore, to me, over the years, has proved they don't give a fuck about anybody. They've beaten Mannings. They've beaten Brady's to go to Super Bowls. And they went to New England and fucking won to get to a Super Bowl. So they don't give a fuck who's in the way. And they haven't faced Mahomes in the playoffs yet. And I don't think Mahomes has faced anything like what they're going to face. And they're sloppy, man. Outside the wide right for Buffalo should have won that fucking football game.
I think so.
And I'm gonna say this one. I'm putting it on them, man. I'm gonna say Baltimore gets in the 50s, 51 to 21 is my final score.
And I think the Ravens.
Yeah, I think Baltimore knows their culture is just so. Ray Lewis is going to be there again, and all the guys, and they know how to fucking. That's what you need. Former players who've won Super Bowls bring their reins and get these kids. If anybody get them fired up, Ray Lewis, and this is their first home AFC Championship game since the Colts era in 1971. I think they get it done.
Well, there you go. Z-Man picks the fucking Ravens. I picked the fucking Chiefs. And I could give two damn shits about either of them, to tell you the truth.
This is for Blitzkrieg because he loves the parlays. Mm-hmm. And we'll do the NFC now. The Detroit fucking Lions, who haven't played a road playoff game since 1957. And you know who they beat in the playoffs in that game in 1957?
Cleveland.
No, San Francisco. And that's where they're going to play the 49ers. Go ahead,
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
That is fucking crazy.
So now the NFC, I've watched these teams all over the season. I don't know a hell of a lot about either team, Goff and fucking Purdy and whatever. Two good quarterbacks, two good solid teams. I don't think either of these teams are as good as any of those top 8 maybe AFC team, maybe 10. The AFC's got so many really loaded hot teams that I don't think it matters what the NFC puts out there. So, whoever makes it, either the Ravens or the Chiefs, I think they're going to win the freaking bowl. But anyway, here we go. We're going on to the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. I really think the Niners at home are going to pull this out. Like you said, since Detroit hasn't had like a on the road playoff game since 57.
They haven't won.
They haven't won a playoff game. Plus, have they ever been to a championship game?
Yeah. They played the Redskins, Washington Redskins in '91,
and Redskins won the bowl.
They destroyed them.
Redskins.
Yeah.
Was that Mark Rypien?
Yeah,
Rypien
versus Eric Kramer of the Detroit Lions.
See, I do watch football and I know my shit. So. I don't know everything. I'm going to pick the 49ers at home with Brock Purdy and fucking Cooper. Not
Cooper Kupp. He's a Rams.
What the hell's his name?
Debo Samuel and McCaffrey and
Cooper Kupp.
Those guys
Cooper Kupp might be there.
Kittle.
That's it. I knew it was a K. I wanted to say fucking Kittle. So the Niners
versus the Ravens. Right. Or no, versus KC. You got the Niners and KC. Wow.
I got the Niners. So the Niners will probably win. I see 21-17. I see a low-scoring affair for some reason. I don't know why, but we're gonna bite some kneecaps and we're gonna fucking lose. That's all. Sorry, Z-Man. I know you like the Lions.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Detroit, and obviously I'm gonna take the Lions again over the Niners. And it's Goff versus Purdy. Whoever makes the mistake. Goff has been to a Super Bowl. He lost with the Rams.
Yep.
So he pretty much, he knows, and he's been fucking money in the playoffs. I know they were at home in Detroit and going over to San Fran's different. And how about fucking Purdy, though, man? This fucking kid.
Yeah,
seriously.
Second year.
He's 3-1 in the playoffs. And the loss came because he got hurt in the first series against the Eagles last year.
That's true.
But, dude, think about what Brock Purdy, the Mr. Irrelevant, I mean, you got to give that kid props. That fucking drive to win the game last week against Green Bay was impressive. It was impressive.
He's impressive. And, He's great.
Getting back to the little bit of the divisional round, I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking the Lions to beat the 49ers. And I'm going to say 28-24. And it's going to be a field goal that wins the game. All right. But getting back to the divisional, man, and because we're Cleveland, and I got to give it up props. They lost. But that fucking Baker fucking Mayfield man, he's still balling. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They came close to pulling up, which would have been considered an upset.
Yeah.
In fucking, but man, what a fucking Baker Mayfield's impressive.
That kid's definitely got it, and I wish Cleveland would have kept him and kept it solid with him for these last 6 years or whatever, because. He's been, how many teams has he been to and how many offenses and coordinators? I think they said like in 6 years.
Even with us.
How long has he been in the league now?
Same as Allen, 6 years?
6 years. He's been through like fucking 10 coordinators or some shit. I mean, a ridiculous amount of coordinators he's been through in offenses and teams. So this
And I believe the Bucs fired their coach, right?
Yeah.
Todd Bowles, how are you going to fire a guy that gets you to the
playoffs?
I don't understand these owners, man.
They're
Todd Bowles is, and I love Todd Bowles, man. That guy is. Cleveland should somehow bring him in for something because he's fucking money, man.
He's defense though, right?
I mean,
you can't get rid of Schwartz.
No, but I mean maybe just as
some kind of
advisor or something, man.
Second string defense.
Can you imagine having Bowles and Schwartz working on shit?
Yeah. But their offense blows balls, and Stefanski sucks at play calling.
Well, I would like to hire Ken Dorsey also.
Yeah.
I would
Dorsey,
like to.
Get our quarterback.
I don't care he blew up a fucking press box. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody pissed off and not just sit there like a fucking meat dope.
That's what I was talking about. Like the fucking emotion during the game. If you see your players are losing it or getting down on themselves, or get them up, man. Get in there and fucking punch them in the mouth. Let's
go. But I like
go.
Dorsey, man. I mean, but I don't know if Stefanski would relish or relinquish the fucking play calling to Dorsey.
And that's it. How are you going to get an offensive coordinator when you can't even fucking call plays? And they were talking about that with Van Pelt being fired. Where's he going to get a job? He hasn't called plays for the last 4 years. So they're like, I'm applying for the offensive coordinator. I never called plays, but I know offense.
Practices. He ran practices.
Yeah, I ran practice. Who gives a shit? So they fucked that poor guy. And I would have rather seen him be moved to fucking head coach than keep Stefanski another year. because I don't think he can get us anywhere. He's 0-2 in the playoffs. He's 0-2.
The game Alex Van Pelt called against the Steelers in that wild card was fucking great.
It was
play
great.
calling, money play calling, man.
Yeah,
but that's okay. I mean,
I think Stefanski gets a little conservative, or he's running that Kubiak vintage offense. You know that's been run, and people know it. There was some video of Houston? They were calling out on the sideline what they were going to do. They knew what the Browns were going to do because it's a vintage Kubiak offense. They were calling out what they were going to do. If the guy does this, go back here and do this. They knew. They showed a couple clips of that. So to me, I'm done. I'm going to give him like a slight chance next year with Watson, and I don't have any confidence in Watson at this point.
I like Deshaun. We'll see what he
I have no confidence in Watson or Cleveland as a whole.
And I'm hoping they're saying Chubb's rehab is coming along, so I'm hoping Chubb comes back.
Yeah, I mean
we need a Nick Chubb, a healthy Nick Chubb for the season.
He's been injured.
2 major knee injuries is big.
He's not going to be the same.
But if any man could come back, man, he's the dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be okay, but Jesus Christ.
Deuce Staley comes aboard for our running backs, which is good.
Deuce Staley.
Like the Deuce.
The Eagles running back.
So, let's see, man.
I don't know, man. I'm done. I'm kind of done with it. I'm going to give him a little shot next year, and then I'm going, my second team is Buffalo. I think, watching side by side, I think Buffalo's got a hell of a better chance of getting to the fucking bowl than Cleveland next year, for sure. All they need is hire a fucking young wide receiver, get a kicker that isn't fucking Norwood Jr., wide right bullshit, and then bolster your defense because that defense sucked. I mean, Mahomes was pretty much doing shit at will, but that's Mahomes. I think he does that to any defense, and we'll see with the Ravens. The Ravens have like a number 1 defense, right?
They're up there too.
So we'll see what Mahomes does with that. If he shreds them like he did Buffalo, well, then it doesn't matter who your fucking defense is against.
Yeah, because Mahomes is just a different animal. But I think Baltimore gets it done. So I got Detroit, Baltimore. You got San Fran, KC.
San Fran, KC. How about that? Either bowl is going to be good. I could give 2 shits about any of them. That's about it. I don't know what else to say anymore.
Monday, we're going to talk a little bit about our new channel.
Yes, Monday night.
We're going to do a show, or it'll be air Tuesday.
We'll air Tuesday. It's called Dogs of Destiny.
Yeah, baby.
Woo! And who knows what it's going to be about? We don't even know for sure.
We want you to keep following and liking and subscribing.
Yeah, Dog Pound Rants, because we're going to keep updating this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it'd be twice a month, once a month, but we're going to still do a Dog Pound Rant. Till the season begins, till preseason begins.
And we'll also do our...
we got to do a... No, go ahead, Z-Man.
Oh, no, go ahead, A-Dog.
I'm sorry, man. I'm walking. I'm so hyped up on fucking 2 right now. Let's have some. Woo!
Love it, brother.
We'll also have a fucking draft party show.
Yeah.
We should do a draft party show.
Yeah.
Where we have a party, but we're doing the show during... Because Cleveland isn't drafting shit in the first round because they fucking suck. They gave it all the way to Houston again. I think this is the last year they're giving away their first rounders.
This will be it. And
next year they'll probably have a really fucking high first rounder because I don't have a lot of high hopes for this team next year.
That fucking Houston team's loaded.
Yeah, they're loaded, man.
Loaded.
They're even more loaded after their another first round pick from Cleveland. But anyway, so yeah, stay tuned, like and subscribe.
We'll review the championship games Tuesday for you, and we'll talk a little bit about the new show. We won't do a Super Bowl preview show until the following week, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll just let that sit. We'll just review the championships, and then we'll
review it.
Yeah, and then we'll go the following week, and we'll do the Super Bowl show extravaganza, baby.
We want to thank Cleveland as a whole, the fan base.
Absolutely, baby.
Amazing fucking year anyway.
And everybody who watched this year and everything, keep watching because we got exciting stuff.
And bring friends, everybody, and hopefully we'll get some new likes and subscribes. And Dog Pound fucking
We're going to do a new set next year for Dog Pound
Rants. We're going to upgrade a lot of stuff.
Man. It's going to be good.
We're going to upgrade lighting, sound, set. We're going to do some good stuff and maybe even bring in some guests.
Yeah, we need to definitely... bring guests in next year because I think that'll really get crazy in here. Get crazy.
It's crazy as shit in here. And Dog Pound Rants.
Is George Burns still alive? I'd love to bring him in.
George Burns. Holy shit, dude. You're really showing our age mentioning George
Burns
with his cigar. Holy crap.
Want to give it to him, brother? Let's give it to him, man. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Row, row. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Row, row.
Yeah.
2024, baby. Let's go.
Peace.
Woo. That was good. Go Browns.
Go fucking Browns.
Cleveland Browns will play today. Hey, what do you say? Cleveland Browns will play today. Will they win or lose again?